Everything is your fault. That is the exact mentality you need to have so that you can achieve anything you want in this life. Now, I know what you're thinking, because it's the first thought I had when I was introduced to this mentality as well. How can something that happened to me, that I had no say in whether or not it happened, be my fault? And I'll tell you, it's not that it literally is your fault. Your childhood is not your fault. You being born into poverty, say, is not your fault. But what that mentality does is it forces you to think from a position of accountability and desire for change and improvement. If I am constantly fucking pointing fingers at my circumstances, saying this is happening because of this external factor, or this person, or that person, I am never going to put my mind in a place to be like, I did this. What can I learn from this so that I don't repeat this mistake again? How can I grow from this? You will only grow from something you take accountability for. You will only grow from something you believe you are responsible for. Let's use the growing up poor thing as an example. If you genuinely can believe and put yourself in a position to think, this is my fault, you will now look for ways to be more financially responsible, build more wealth, build more stability. Those people that end up growing up in very poor circumstances oftentimes go on to be some of the wealthiest and most successful people. I'm not saying that all people born in financially less circumstances end up being at the top, but I'm saying a lot of people that do go to the top did start off in some of the worst positions. If they didn't have those negative experiences to learn from and stay within them, they might not have ever reached the heights they reached. Let's say you got cheated on. How is it your fault that someone decided to be disloyal to you? Technically, it's not. And it's very easy for you to be in that position and point the finger and be like, that girl's a bitch, that guy's a fucking coward, what a piece of shit, how could they fucking do that? Their loss just shows how shitty of a person they are. But then you end up meeting a lot of these people who say they got cheated on, and you find out it's not one time. They've gotten cheated on like 7 or 8 times. Why? Because they never stop to think to themselves, what am I doing to attract these people? What am I missing when I am vetting people to let into my life romantically that is allowing me to keep falling in bed with cheaters? If you get cheated on and you say this is my fault, I let this happen, now you're thinking, who was I presenting myself to the world as a man, to allow someone with the character of a cheater to think this is someone that I can play my little game with. This is someone that suits me. This is someone I know I can do my bullshit with and get away with it. When you take that approach, all of a sudden you start to look inwards and be like, yeah, I am fucking acting like these guys that do end up getting cheated on. I am fucking noticing a lot of the same red flags over and over again in these girls that end up cheating on me. It can literally fall down to noticing the vocabulary they use, the excuses they all make, the sneakiness, the way they always have an alibi for every single little thing, the way that the smallest little, little story, little part of their day turns out to be this entire fleshed out novel. Usually that's hinting that they're trying to cover shit up by flooding you with details that are fucking irrelevant. Those are all things you notice if you only fucking approach it with the mentality of how did I allow this to happen? Let's say you get in debt. I fell into this trap. I had an extremely toxic ex that I felt that I had to fucking spoil and max out all my credit cards and give all my money to gain her approval and keep her in my life. And for a while, I was like, man, if that bitch didn't enter my life, I would have been so much better off financially so much earlier compared to how I am now. How does that help me? How does that put my mind in a position to go, I'm going to be more financially responsible. I'm going to be better at managing my money. I'm going to learn skills to make me more money so that I don't fall into this trap again, so that I don't fucking fall into debt again. How can I mentally evolve so that I don't feel like I need to win a woman's validation by flooding her with gifts, by constantly fucking sending her shit, by constantly fucking trying to go above and beyond my own means as a 20 to 21-year-old kid who didn't have shit to keep her in my life. Moreover, it would be different if this was actually a good girl, but this was a terrible person. What about my mentality was allowing me and making me think that it was okay? And what sort of character was I presenting to the world as to the type of man I was to attract this person into my life and go to such lengths and destroy myself for their approval? If I keep pointing fingers, I will never have the opportunity to grow. Everything bad or good that happens in your life is your fault. If it's good, still, it's your fault. Even if it's a gift from someone, right? Even if it's something that was handed to you, even if it was a gift from God, which a lot of people have way more of than they're willing to admit because they don't want to fucking kill their ego by saying, oh yeah, this was given to me by God. I worked for it, not God. If you take a good thing and you say, I made this happen, you will look at the circumstances and the steps taken and the actions that someone else took to make this good thing happen and learn from that. Adopt it into your own life. Adopt it into your own decision-making process. You have to assume complete responsibility, not 90%, not 95%, 100% of every single little thing that happens in your life is on you as a man. And you know what else this is going to do for you? It is going to make you so emotionally shut off in a good way. It's going to make you so emotionally shielded and resilient to any of anyone's bullshit that life brings your way. Because instead of being like, oh, they hurt me, how could I do this? You just immediately start to think, man, where did I slip up to allow this to happen? Where did I fuck up as a man to put myself in a position where this person mistreated me? What about this situation could I have noticed earlier? Or what about this person could I have taken note of earlier to prevent this from happening? And when you start to think like that, nothing anybody ever does will tear you up inside as much. And you know what that's good for? Being fucking cold. You don't get rattled. You don't get shaken. You automatically go to that masculine place of assuming responsibility, looking at it from a lens of self-development. How can I grow from this? And no matter what happens, no matter how shitty, no matter how hard you get betrayed or insulted or humiliated, you can now fucking grow from it. And anyone who serves you with their bullshit, the best revenge you can give them and enact on them is making them feel like their words and actions didn't even fucking put a dent in you. That bullet didn't even fucking come close to hitting you. You're here, bullet went way over there. And you just fucking grow and get better. Nothing pisses people off more than them exposing the ugliness of their own character and trying to do you dirty and seeing that it fucking failed. That it didn't faze you, that it didn't affect you or upset you, and that you didn't stoop to their shitty level to try and get even with them. Nothing bad will come from assuming complete responsibility for everything in your life. Write it in your fucking notes app or something, take a screenshot of it, and put it as the wallpaper on your phone. Everything is my fault. Everything is my responsibility. I right now have family staying with me. It has its challenges. Of course it does. If I just look at this as, they're getting in the way of this, it's affecting work that, I will never grow. I will never put my mind in a position to be like, how can I make the best of the situation? And how can I make it so that if these circumstances arise again, I am better equipped to deal with it? How is that your fault? If I had more money and I was financially better off, I could have gotten them their own place. Just as big as, if not bigger and nicer than mine, because I would give the world to my family if only I could put it in my hands. That's how I can grow from this. I can now think, man, I thought I was working long hours before. Clearly it's not enough because I'm not able to do the things that the level of success I want to reach would allow me to do. So how can I work smarter? How can I work better? How can I earn more? How can I deliver a better service to my clients? How can I be better at business and marketing and creating content and being authentic? All things that will make me better equipped to do whatever it is I need to do to help my family. As a personal example, it is the most masculine mentality you can have, and it will never lead you astray, because every single thing that happens to you in your life, you will have no choice but to learn and grow from. That's the thing about human evolution and your progress and your transformation throughout your life as a man. The ceiling does not fucking exist. You can reach a new step and a new height every single day until you fucking die or become brain dead. Nothing is more masculine than self-reflection, responsibility and accountability, and growth. Nothing is more bitch-made and cowardly than pointing fingers and being like, oh, this isn't my fault. I didn't ask for this to happen. How did I have any say in that? A real strong fucking man that a lot of you would want to emulate is going to look that scenario in the face and say, if I had known better, this wouldn't have happened. Now I have the opportunity to know better. So what can I take from this? What can I learn from this? And if you approach everything like that, the lessons and the advancement of your fucking sharpness and wit and integrity and capability as a man will never stop fucking rising. And that is the strongest part of your mentality that you can have that will make anything you want in life 100% achievable if only you're brave enough to fucking adopt it.